Hello everyone, good morning, evening, or night. My name is Dylan and I'll be leading you all on a dynamic warm-up today. We're just going to start off with stepping side to side for 30 seconds, and what we're going to be doing is continuing this movement as we add other movements into the program. So in 5 seconds, we'll begin with some forward arm swings or arm circles, starting off small, just making sure that we warm up our rotator cuffs, and we're going to slowly get bigger in the circumference of the circle, like I'm doing right now, until we hit that full range of motion. And in 5 seconds, we're going to start going backwards and then making that circle smaller. So 3, 2, 1, and backwards. And now we're going to start making it smaller, just ever so slightly. And the speed of these do not matter, just make sure you're getting the full range of motion. Okay, in a few seconds we'll transition into some bicep curls as we step side to side. With these, we do these for 30 seconds as well, and you can choose to add weights to increase the intensity, but with body weight we want to focus on the contraction of that bicep muscle, slowly bringing it up to get that neuromuscular connection, and really focusing on the contraction can actually help warm it up better. The next thing we'll be moving on to are some forward and backward shoulder rolls for 15 seconds each in 2 seconds. Okay, still making sure that we're stepping side to side. The cadence doesn't matter too much. Just make sure that you don't forget when you're just standing here. I'm sure you're all doing a great job at home. All right, 3 seconds left before we shift to rotating our shoulders backwards. We're going backwards, focusing on getting that full range of motion in the shoulders. And in 4 seconds, we'll move on to Reciprocal Delt Stretch. 3, 2, 1. All right. Making sure that as we bring our arm across our body, the point that we're pulling our arm across is not at the joint, but before or after it. We're going to hold this for 3 more seconds. 2, 1, and switch sides. We're going to hold this for 10 seconds total before we transition over to the tricep stretch. It's also going to stretch our upper extremity. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're going to have one arm behind our head, holding on to, or not holding on, but pushing our other arm backwards to get that deep stretch in our tricep. We're going to hold this for a few more seconds before we transition into the other arm. 3, 2, 1. All right, great job. After this, we will be warming up our legs a little bit more with some hamstring kickbacks. So we're going to be continuing this motion, but now we're going to be kicking our heel back towards our glutes like I'm doing right now. And if you want to increase the intensity, you could increase the speed you're going at like I'm doing right now. But that's not too important. We just want a nice contraction, warming up those hamstrings. So we'll be going for 10 more seconds before we just do a quad stretch. And then after that, we'll be done with these side-to-side movements. Okay, we're done with those. Now, if you need something to balance on, just find a wall or a chair that does not rolly at all, and get one or both arms back to pull our heel towards our glute to stretch that quad. We're going to hold it for 10 seconds. So 3, 2, 1, and switch. if you ever lose balance during this, just recenter yourself and start over. All right, great job everyone. Next thing we're going to be doing is still side to side, but it's going to be a lot slower. We're going to be getting our feet a lot more than shoulder width apart and be doing some side lunges. So the goal here, so I'll give you a better angle, is we want our hips down and back as we go over to one side with most of our weight on the leg that we're leaning to. So we're going to be doing 10 of these on each side. So we're going to lean over, do one, hold it for about 1 second and come back up, flexing the glutes at the top to come back over. So that's one on each side. Two. And if you would like to increase the intensity on these, you can always hold a kettlebell or a dumbbell, or maybe even use some very long bands between your legs and held up by your... Okay, we've got 4 more total, so 2 more on each side. Last 2 before we move into some single leg lunges. With these, we want to focus on having the weight, the average portion of our weight in our front leg between the balls of our feet and our heel. And in order to target our more lateral biceps femoris muscle in our hamstring, we're going to cross our arms across our body and lean with my left elbow going over and crossing my right knee. And we'll have our left knee almost touch the ground, come up, making sure we feel tension in our hamstring muscle, slowly back down, and then flexing up. We'll do 5 each side. This is the 3rd one, so 2 more. Last one. All right, great job. Next leg. Same idea here, just on the other side. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, fantastic. I'm sure you all did great at home. If I'm going to grab some water to wet my mouth and get a quick water break before we move down to some mat work. If you need more time to go grab something, just pause the video, come back, making sure that your heart rate doesn't decrease too much. So, on the mat, on the transition down to the mat, we're just going to start with a stretch in a similar lunge position where we're going to have one knee touching the ground and our other knee at perpendicular with our ankle. Reach across and get a deep stretch in our glute muscles. We're going to hold this for 10 seconds total. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Next we'll switch sides. And it's best to get as deep of a stretch as you can, but make sure that you're staying safe with however much mobility you have with your body. You're holding this for 3 more seconds. 2, 1, 0. Okay. Now we'll be doing a series of exercises on our back. The first one being some heel taps. So the idea here is to have our feet, I guess, about 1.5 feet away from our glutes, and then we're going to bring our shoulder blades off the mat, flexing our abs, trying to bring our belly button towards our spine, towards the floor, and then reaching across and touching our heel with one hand, and then keeping our torso up the whole time and reaching across the other side. So we'll do these for 30 seconds total, starting now. Here you really want to focus on keeping those abs activated And if you ever need to take a break in the middle, you can just take a break and come back to it. All right, we've got 10 seconds left. Keep pushing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. All right, nice job. The next thing we'll be doing is a variation of the Russian twist. You can choose to do these with some dumbbells, but I'm just going to use my water bottle. And the typical Russian twist that I'm sure most of us have done are we have our feet off the ground and we're going quickly. But what we're going to do today is keep our feet planted, but we're going to reach as far back, looking away from our feet as possible to really get the full range of motion that our obliques can get, with holding some sort of thing in our hand. And as we come back up, we're just going to do an elbow extension. And we're not going to switch sides. We're going to do 30 seconds on each side. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, right now. And we want to make sure as well to not round our back too much. We want to keep that straight so we can properly use our internal and external obliques to turn this way. All right, we've got 10 seconds left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're just going to switch over to the other side, making sure that we remember to reach as far back as we can to get the full range of motion, because that's how we're actually going to hit our obliques here. All right, great job everyone. Just 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, awesome. We're going to stay sitting up, but now we're just going to hit a few different stretches. First off, starting with a hamstring stretch, this sort of figure 4 hamstring stretch, where we have one leg parallel with our other, with our foot parallel with our other leg, and reaching forward as far as we can without feeling any too much discomfort. You're going to feel that stretch, but we never want to stretch to the point of pain. So we're going to hold this for a few more seconds. See if you can touch your toes. If not, no worries. Just maybe keep stretching every day and see if you can eventually reach that. All right, now we're going to switch. You may even notice that you're more flexible on one side rather than the other, but that's okay. We're going to hold this for a few more seconds as well before we work on stretching our internal glute muscles with a California stretch. So this one, to get a better angle, I'll go to the side. We're going to bring one leg contralaterally across with that same side arm stabilizing our upper extremity, and then using our other arm to torque our hip and get a deep internal stretch here. Just hold this for a few more seconds, then we'll switch sides. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and switch. With these twisting exercises, never go to the point of discomfort because it can be dangerous for our backs. All right, 3, 2, 1. That's it for any of the supine exercises. So now we'll be moving face down on the mat, starting with a cat and cow stretch. The breathing for these is an important thing to think about. So we're going to be getting our shoulders square with our arms on the ground, our knees under our hips, and we're going to be breathing in and pushing our spine towards the sky, but inflating our lungs, and then exhaling on the cat portion of the stretch, really feeling the stretch here in our abs, and then breathing back in
to stretch our upper back, pushing our body away from the mat or the floor, and then
breathing out on the opposite motion. So we'll do this 3 more times. And you can do these at your own pace. Okay, last one.
breathe in, hold it for a sec, and exhale.
Fantastic. The next stretch we'll be doing is a frog stretch, which is a similar position, but now we're going to have our feet behind our body with our knees a little wider. And we're going to lay down with our arms in front, pushing away to get a deep stretch on our groin. Really make sure you're not going too hard here because our groins can be easy to pull. If you feel like you can go farther, push that and hold it for a few more seconds. Get really loosened up. With 3, 2, 1, finished. Okay. Our last stretch we'll be doing is a calf stretch before we transition to our last little exercise to get our heart rate back up for whatever activity we'll be doing after this warm-up video. We'll be getting in that downward dog position with our feet equally distanced away from our arms, and then bring one leg off the ground to focus the calf stretch on the other leg. We'll hold it here for a few seconds. If you'd like to get a deeper stretch, you can bring your arms closer to your body, or same thing, if you want to get less of a stretch, you can bring them farther away, and then switch. Hold this for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now that we've done all those, we're going to stay in a similar position, but we're going to get in this plank with not on our elbows, but on our arms, or on our hands. And we're going to be bringing our knee to our chest, flexing our pecs to push our back away and our knee up, and then come back down, and then extend them back out. So we'll be doing those in quick succession for 30 seconds straight. You'll join me in 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. So up, down, back, switch. Really making sure that when we push up, we want to get as far away from the mat as possible. You're halfway there. Keep pushing. 10 seconds left. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay. I hope you all feel ready for whatever thing you'll do after this. Have a great day.